Hi everyone, it's Aubrey, and I wanted to talk a little about the new moon in Leo. It was a dark moon on Thursday, and so on Friday was actually the beginning of the new moon. And this is really a good time to sink into yourself, to love all the things about you that make you unique and an individual, things that you might have felt in the past like you've had to apologize for them, things that might, because as we are growing and developing, a lot of people might say, oh, you're too this, you're too that, you need to be less. So all of those things that make you you and things that you might have had to apologize for, might have felt a little bit ashamed about, to think about, to list some of these qualities out and to really own them right now. This is the time to own what makes you an individual, what makes you unique, and to sink into your personality, your ego, in the most positive way possible. And a lot of times when we hear the word ego, it's usually associated with superficial, shallow, worldly, or petty kind of things. I want you to consider all of the positive aspects of ego and what that means to you. Like everything that's positive about your ego, the way you look, the personality traits that you have, the quirks that you have, and look at those in their highest potential and sink into them right now. So the other thing that Leo is all about self-love, self-power. I'll look at my paper. Just owning yourself as an individual. So it's also about like taking responsibility for yourself. Who are you and what is your highest potential? And this kind of, when we're doing forgiveness work or when we're negotiating ourselves with other people, we can use this as a way to disconnect ourselves. Maybe I don't want to say, we can use this as a way of forgiving other people or separating ourselves from other people. So sometimes if someone's hurt our feelings in the past, we might say things like, I'm trying to forgive them, I'm really trying to let it go. This is, maybe consider you. Like, I forgive myself for objectifying them. I forgive myself for holding on to this. This person might have hurt me. This person has left my life or has changed their role in my life or has shown me a different face. So this person is no longer the role that I want them to be. And I forgive myself because I am attached to them being in this role. I have these feelings that want them to be in this role. So there's a lot of power in bringing it to yourself, to bringing, I don't want to say blame, but taking the responsibility in the hurt. Like, I am allowing myself to get hurt in this moment because this person has changed their role in my life. And I forgive myself. This is not about, I forgive them for hurting me. I'm letting go of this relationship. I'm allowing this relationship to change. This is like, I forgive myself for being attached, for objectifying them, for making them an object of hurt in my life. So there's that. And another thing is about, there are people in our life that we think that we don't care what they think. Like, I'm doing this and they have a lot to say about it. And so to get clear with, yes, we do care. Sometimes we say we don't care, but usually we say we don't care as to compensate. So get really clear with the people in your life who you care about their opinion, and the people in your life who might have an opinion that you've allowed to affect you. And then that goes back to the forgiveness work. But to get really clear with the people in your life that you love and that you cherish and you appreciate their opinion about your actions or your roles, the things that you're doing. It's probably about 3, maybe 5 people, maybe less than 3. But think about, get really clear with the individuals who support you in your highest potential, and understand that their feedback is something you respect, and maybe reach out to them or let them know in some way, or just get really clear that these are your people whose words and opinions you should be listening to, and the opinions and words of these other people that we need to not allow us to be affected by. So just consider that part of your forgiveness work or letting go work or whatever, but to get clear with that. And one more thing I want to say is that see. Okay, well, so the archetype of Leo, the positive feminine archetype of Leo is all about she owns her individuality. She doesn't apologize for it. When people have an opinion about her and if they have something to say, it's like they don't even exist to her. She's like, they don't even exist in her world. She loves attention, and she surrounds herself with people who she loves and adores. So they love to give her attention because they love her so much, and she in return loves and appreciates them. But she's the one on stage, and so she's also decorated. She's generous, and she's the strong, fierce, feminine archetype. So this is really good energy that's abundant and available for us right now. This is all about sinking into yourself, sinking into a higher version of yourself, to practice forgiveness, to take hold of struggles that have been holding us back, and to move forward in them in a stronger way. And shadow aspects of Leo are pettiness, insecurity, jealousy, being overly critical, clingy, being controlling with other people. So these are also these shadow aspects are also abundant and available for us right now. So keep that in mind as you're doing your own work and as you're responding to other people. If you notice people being jealous or overly critical, to understand that everyone's being affected by this energy right now. And it's a time to also practice, like, if you're feeling criticized by someone else, to practice your own your self appreciation and not allowing other people's opinions to affect you. So I felt like there was one more thing that I wanted to speak to. Oh, well, I guess I just wanted to share that when I did this moon circle in my clinic a few days ago, I asked everyone to pair up in groups and to name something that was unique about them, something that they're proud of. And this was a really difficult task for them to do, which I was very surprised about, that it's so hard to say, I am unique in this way, and I'm going to speak it out of my mouth. I'm going to say, I love that I am this way. And that this concept, this really struck me when I asked everyone to just pair up in small groups. I put them in groups of 3 and asked them to just name something about themselves and to say, I love this about myself. And everyone, like most people, had like this deer in headlight, like, you want me to what? And I think this speaks to how growing up in our world and how we're taught to get into a box, to not be extra, to to be a certain way, and to even dare to say, I love myself for being unique is such it's so uncomfortable because it's been ingrained in our upbringing that it's wrong. So I'd like to invite you to push back against this cultural normality and to love all the aspects about yourself that make you unique. To get clear with maybe aspects about yourself that you don't love so much, that you haven't loved, that you've learned to push down, and maybe to develop a new relationship with it and cultivate an appreciation for it. And that's what I'll say. Thank you for watching, and take care.